What's going on, guys? Thanks for watching Keep Calm and Game On. In this episode, I'm here with Josh. He's eating, what are you eating, Josh?
I'm eating a bean and cheese burrito with Panda Express's orange sauce. Sounds real gross. It's alright. It's pretty good.
It's not a chimichanga?
No. Chimichanga is like the same thing, except it's fried. Like the whole thing's deep fried. But this is just a burrito. I like how in every video that you make, I'm eating something. It's like...
Anywho,
Yeah.
we just made a campfire, and it's dead already. It was a couple hours ago. Didn't burn the house down. Almost did. So, you know. That was fun.
Did it?
No?
No.
No. I'm just trying to make it sound exciting.
Yeah.
Like, all our videos are kind of like not too exciting. We gotta like spice it up a little bit.
This because our life is not exciting.
It's true. It's very true. So, today, what do we do today? Anything?
We went for a drive to buy the lens that's being used for this video.
Yeah. So,
Sponsored by Canon.
except not sponsored by Canon.
It's I'm talking about the Canon company that makes actual Canons that happen to have a lens on site for you.
I used to think it was pronounced Conan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yo, you got a Conan camera?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Conan O'Brien, like, made them.
Yeah.
I also thought
At
marshmallows
the Canon factory.
came from marshes. I thought they, like, grew in a marsh. And people, like, go, you know, in the marsh and just pull them out of the ground with, like, little scuba gear. And just, like, pull them out. And they just, like, be floating with, like, little nets. Apparently they don't grow in a marsh.
I know you're joking about the first one, but I can't tell if you're joking about the second one.
Not joking about the second one.
Okay, because you mentioned it before.
For some reason, I thought they marshmallows just grew in a marsh.
Yes, I was telling Adam that they're made out of gelatin, which is made out of animal bones. They do have vegan gelatin, but yeah, these don't have that. And yeah, so he's like, "What? What? What? They have animals in the marsh?"
I also used to think that if you stepped on dog poop, it would explode. Because one day, my dad was telling me to pick up dog poop.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you better watch where you step out there. Lots of landmines.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, landmines, they explode.
Yeah.
So, what I did, I got some big rocks, right? Some, like, big old 10-pound rocks. And I just started, like, throwing them on dog poop to see if they'd explode. Because I'm like, I ain't going to step on these. I'm going to test it with a rock first.
Mm-hmm.
So I started throwing rocks at the dog poop. Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Maybe I should step on it. Because in movies, when somebody steps on a landmine, they explode. So I'm like, okay, I might die, but I'm going to step on this turd.
Yeah.
So I went and stomped out a bunch of poop. Nothing happened.
You're just like smashing all these dog turds.
And then I don't remember how old I was. Probably, I don't know, 5 or something.
Probably like
I was 20.
20, 28.
So I'm like stepping on all this dog poop.
Mm-hmm.
And then my parents were like, what's that smell? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, the dog's pooping everywhere, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why are there rocks all over the backyard? I'm like, oh, I don't know. So,
That reminds me of a really great story that my friend Jake told me that he was told by one of his coworkers who used to work at a ranch. So, or at a dairy, I should say. So at the dairy, they have a pond where they basically put all the cow poop, you know, all the manure, and so they do that. They do that, you know, just to have help it, you know, kind of ferment or whatever. And then they take the water and they spray it onto the fields, you know, for fertilizer. So one of the cows had gotten loose and had wandered out into this pond and was like, the only they ended up saving the cow's life, but the only thing they could see was like the cow's like snout just like peeking up just above the water, completely covered in poop. And it's just like breathing really heavily because it's like really freaked out because it's on its like cow tippy toes, just like barely not drowning in poop. So, so they threw a lasso around the cow. Well, I think they had to jump into the pond, get covered in poop, put a lasso around its neck, pull it out with like a truck or something, save the cow. The really interesting story, though, is that we wanted to recreate the retelling of that story years ago. So, so when I lived in my first apartment, I don't know if I should be saying this on YouTube because I'm like, there goes everyone who wants to have me as a tenant. Good thing I didn't tell Adam the story. So I was like, we want to recreate this. So I was the cow. So I was like in this like workout shorts. That was it. Oh, and I had like devil horns on my head, so to be a cow. So we filled the bathtub with a bunch of water. Then we put in like a whole thing of cocoa, like hot cocoa mix. And then we're like, well, we need texture, so we just dumped in like 2 whole containers of oatmeal. And it just sank to the bottom. We were like hoping it would float, but it just sank. So so yeah, we got the video. I was like making a mess in the bathroom. I was like putting chocolate syrup everywhere. And so we cleaned it up pretty well. I think some oatmeal kind of clogged up the drain a little bit, but we got it fixed. And but then like 3 weeks later, my roommate comes in. He sees like my bathroom door open because we had 2 bathrooms. So he sees mine open. He sees like the chocolate smear on the bottom of like the doorway. And he sees it. Totally had forgotten that we shot that. And he's just like, "What did you do?" Like pointing at it. I was like, "What are you gonna do? Like rub my face in it? Like what is that?" He was so angry and just like couldn't believe it. And I'm like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "You tell me. What is it?" He's like freaking out. Like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "It's chocolate." He's like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Yes, it is. Remember when we made that stupid video? I was like squirming around all over the floor and, covered in chocolate, and it's great video. We never published it, and as far as you're concerned, it doesn't exist. But the files are all deleted, not on my laptop. So I'm just digging myself a deeper hole, just like the cow. So yeah, that's my story.
Wait. How do we go from marshmallows to that?
Because you're talking about dog poop.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking cow poop.
I think I missed the first part of your story. When Josh starts telling me his tales, sometimes I just tune out. And then I get bits and pieces. I was like looking at the focus, trying to get in focus. So I was like doing this. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was doing that. I wasn't having a stroke or something. I was just, messing with the focus. Mm-hmm. So I tuned out like first third of Josh's story. Mm-hmm. Try to put it back together. And now I'm like,
there's
now we got there.
Yeah. Well, marshmallows, like things you believed when you were like younger, like 1 day younger than now about the marshmallows. And then younger when you were, 5 years old or whatever. And then from there, dog poop. You're thinking something about dog poop. Talking about cow poop. Then how I made a movie about cow poop. And then how my roommate thought I pooped. And, yeah.
I used to think that dirt turned into dog poop.
Oh, yeah?
Because at one point, I just got like a plastic bag, filled it with dirt. I don't know why I filled it with dirt. And I just like left it.
Mm-hmm. So it got like wet?
I think so. And then like...
Then I saw the dog pooping in it.
No, and then weeks later,
yeah.
I like opened the bag and it was full of dog poop.
Oh.
So I don't know if like somebody dumped out the dirt and put the dog poop in it just to confuse me. Mm-hmm. Or if the dog poop was in the dirt and somehow,
Well, maybe,
like, the water washed out the dirt and left the dog poop.
Mhm.
To this day, I don't know how it got there. It's probably Santa Claus.
Well, I'm thinking like, did the bag get wet? So maybe it was dirt, but it took the shape of dog poop by getting wet inside a bag.
It smelled like dog poop.
I don't know, man. It's a mystery.
If you guys have any stories when you were,
I'm not seeing it moving.
nah, it's still going.
Oh, okay.
I think we're still going. If you got any stories of when you were a kid, of things you thought were true, turned out they weren't,
Or
or maybe it turns out they were.
Or when you were 29.
Yeah. And you just found out like a week ago, just
Yeah.
like me and my marshmallows.
Mhm.
I literally thought they grew in a marsh.
Mhm.
Just like potatoes, growing under the ground. Like marshmallows, they're growing in marsh. That's why they're called marshmallows.
Yeah.
But then some people are like, oh, they're just pure sugar. I'm like, I don't know what to believe. And then now Josh is telling me they're just pig's feet.
Yeah. Well, pigs, cows, chickens. Grind up the bones. Make a little marshmallow. I mean, it's a lot of sugar too. It's just like what makes it all chewy and gooey.
On that note, post those comments. Let us know what you thought of this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, of us just shooting the breeze and eating wannabe chimichangas.
Tell us what you want us to eat next. Then donate so we can eat it.
Were those expired?
No, these are fine.
This was like the first thing that hasn't been expired that we've like shown in one of our videos.
Yeah.
Literally everything in our fridge is expired.
It's the first thing expired that we've eaten this, or not expired, we've eaten this week.
We're going in the right direction, guys.
Mhm.
Next week, I don't know.
Next week we'll be
I say next week,
We'll
but it'll
be-
probably be tomorrow.
we'll be eating food that hasn't even been made yet. We're gonna go to the future and go to Robot Gordon Ramsay's kitchen. He's gonna make us something. We're gonna come back here. We're gonna be like,